is pretty well tried in the wet conditions as well. So I'm gonna have number 8 Hightail on top ahead of number 9 Hilo, who Hilo's got the fitness, but I think Hightail's going to be a really horse that's going to really impress us this preparation. So I'm hoping it can start tomorrow. In for third, number 1 Ready to Profit, and then in for fourth, number 3 Improvement. Moving on to race number 8 now, and it's a 1400 metre benchmark 88. Looking at the speed map for this one here, I'd say that there'll be a decent amount of speed here. I'd say Bandersnatch will be right up towards the speed, outrageous. Usually it's before, but it has been getting back in its recent runs. Liz Devana, Thy Kingdom Come. Thrill Step might be up there, Cut a Deal Hanger. But I'd say that Bandersnatch will find the top, and I was really keen on it last week, and it got scratched at the barriers, and so I've got to go with it again here at the 280. But well supported once again, well tried on wet conditions. Had 1 start and a soft for a win, and 2 starts on a heavy for a win as well. So and the trials leading in were just phenomenal. That's the reason I picked it last week at the $8 in probably a bit of a harder race than this, and was really well backed and was about to jump as favourite until it obviously didn't load the barriers properly. But so I think Bandersnatch is the one to beat here. But the one I'm really interested about is number 1 Cut a Deal, who was decent first up on a good track at Randwick. It finished 6th on that occasion behind Ranier at $51. I did tip it on that day. I went out on a limb and put it on top. Well, and I wasn't too discouraged by the performance. I thought it wasn't too bad. Now, second up stats aren't great. So 2 starts, second up for 2 for no wins, no placings. But looking at its last second up run in New Zealand at Hastings, it finished second to Melody Bell in a Group 1. So, I mean, you can probably forgive that it has that type of second up stats because it does often run in good races, especially in New Zealand. So I think Cut a Deal can run well here, and I think $19 at 480 is well over the odds. So I'm going to have him for second. In for third, number 3 Face Off, who was terrific first up, was only narrowly beaten by Ranier in that race there. Will be much improved coming to this second up, although it isn't the best second up horse. It had 3 starts for just the 1 placing, so I do think it's short enough in the market considering that, but it is a runner that does like a wet track, so I think he can run a good race. And number 5, Nicky's Gold, who is a really interesting one here, and I think you can definitely have an each way play on it. I'm probably, looking back on it now, I probably could have had it on top, but I'm really keen on Bandersnatch. But Nicky's Gold, look, last 2 starts been in group level, steps right back to benchmark 88 here, so looks really well suited to this. And is a wet track, so had 6 starts on a soft track for 4 wins, and 4 starts on a heavy track for a win and a placing. So Nicky's Gold at the $18, definitely a big each way play. But look, I'm keen to go number 12 Bandersnatch. I think it's got a lot of upside. It's going to be a potential star, so we're going to have it as my top selection. Ahead of number 1, Cut a Deal in for second. In for third, number 3 Face Toss, and in for fourth, number 5 Nicky's Gold, who, like I said, I suggest perhaps having an each way play at it. And Cut a Deal is probably the other one that I do think's got a good each way appeal if you don't like Bandersnatch, the favourite. Moving on to the final race of the card, race number 9, 1550 metre benchmark 78. Look at the speed map for this race here. Quite an open race. Juventus leads the market at $4. I'd say Love Shack Baby, Agassi will be up on the speed. Commander, Oakville Captain, Cyber Intervention, and Word for Word will all be up towards the speed there. Interesting here. I'm interested to see how this horse Wild About Her goes here. Second up. So good second up form. 4 starts for a win and 2 placings. It's been tried on a soft track 3 times for just the 1 placing, but I'm interested to see, they are giving it a chance in this type of race, and I think it'll improve here. First up was 5th behind Layla de Vega on a soft track, and I thought that run was good enough off the back of a 307-day break, and will be much more improved off of that coming to this second up. So I just thought it was a bit over the odds, so I've got number 14 Wild About Her on top, ahead of number 13 California Salto, who comes out of a Group 3 race behind Rude Basaki last time out, ran 5th in that race, was a terrific run. $5 and $1.95 the place is a pretty good price about this horse, so I've got it in for second. In for third, I got number 6 Juventus, who got its win last time out, but prior to that its form was average, and just not 100% convinced at the moment. Benchmark 78 up to 72 up to a 78 is the favourite. Look, I'm looking elsewhere, but do concede to be probably in the finish. And number 5 Cyber Intervention in for fourth, who is a horse that I've always had a bit of time for, and has been around the mark out of the last couple of starts. 2/5 behind Royal Celebration and White Boost, so I think it can run a good enough race once again here. Word for Word and Agassi, I've left them out. 2 pretty fancy runners here. I think it's quite an open race, and as such, that's why I've gone number 14 Wild About Her. I think could be a knockout chance at the $19. So I've got it on top. Ahead of number 13, California Salto in for third. Number 6, Juventus in for fourth. Number 5, Cyber Intervention. Now, look, I'm going to move. I just realised that my phone has ticked over the 40-minute mark, so that means this would be part 2 if you're watching it now. So I'm going to just get straight into the Morphettville meeting. I might as well just get stuck straight into it, considering we've already ticked over. There's no point me releasing a 40-minute video and then a 5-minute video and then releasing another one for Morphettville. So I'm going to get straight into Morphettville tomorrow. Sorry about that. We're back now. I just had to have a little bit of a spell, get a quick drink of water. Been blabbering to you guys for about 45 minutes now. You're probably sick of hearing my voice, so I'll try and get through the Morphettville card as quickly as possible. But race number 1, interesting race to kick off the proceedings tomorrow at Morphettville. Of course, they start at just after 12 o'clock there, so be ready. You're going to get started straight away in the morning. 11:40 at Randwick, 11:55 at Sandown, and then 12 o'clock. 12:06 at Morphettville. So really looking forward to it tomorrow. Big day of racing. Look at the speed map for race number 1 at Morphettville. A lot of speed for this 1,000-metre race, as you can expect with the 2-year-olds. It's Hard Rock Girl, Fearless Vision, Soul Obsession will be up on the speed. Twist of Fury, Forever Free, Zoo Shine, and there's a bear in there. Well, I think they'll all be up vying for the lead. And as such, I think it could set up really nicely for number 8, Dottie D, who finished second on debut behind Hard Rock Girl, who's pretty well in the market here. Is $12 on this occasion, but was really well in the market on that occasion. It debuted at a $2.20 price. Was knocked off on that occasion. Last time out, went to Rose Hill, ran that Thermosphere race. Pretty good form race, that one. And was on a soft track, so perhaps could forgive that. Tomorrow we are playing with a soft 7 at Morphettville, but I think that with all that speed in the race, Dottie D's just a bit over the odds here at $11, so I'm going to have it on top. And number 6, Soul Obsession, who, like I said, I think that Mornington form, albeit a maiden, is going to be really good, and the way that Soul Obsession won that race was ultimately impressive. $6, a nice price about it. It's going to be right up on the speed. As I said, there's a lot contesting it, which is why I'm looking at some of the back markers, but I think Soul Obsession will be right up there in the finish. Another one who I think will be up there is Forever Free. It's had 2 starts so far for 2 wins. Last time out at Caulfield was pretty nice, beating Randwick, Ranting. Prior to that, it beat Fixated at Ballarat. So it's gone around at $1.90 and $2.80 respectively, and has saluted for the punters. So it comes into this one $4 and $1.75. Does look a real nice price. So you want to have an each-way player, obviously have a bit more on the play. So I think you've got a really good chance there with Forever Free. So I've got it in for third. And then for fourth, number 9, Twist of Fury, who I think is just well over the odds here. I mean, look at second, first up at Wangaratta, where, in a maiden, you don't think that type of form would stand up here. But I think this horse got some ability being out of Shamalia and being side by Written Tycoon. This horse was just overcome by Stenmark, who the Hayes team, I do remember out of that, said that they do have a bit of time for that horse, and they gapped the third runner and the fourth runner. So Twist of Fury was really well back that day as well. Got chimed from I think it was about as high as $6-7 right into $3.50. So the fact that you have to go around at $41 here, I think it's a nice each way price. So I'm going to have it in for fourth. But look, I'm keen enough on number 8, Dottie D here, ahead of number 6, Soul Obsession, in for second, in for third, number 5, Forever Free, and in for fourth, number 9, Twist of Fury, who I think is well over the odds at the $41. Moving on to race number 2 on the card, and it's a benchmark 64 1,200-metre race here. Looking at the speed map for this one, I'd say Blowtorch will get out off the inside barrier. Elsevier, 2 Odd Socks, Lacroft, Gucci Guy, Harpooner, and British Isle, they'll all be up on the speed. So decent amount of pace in this race as well. And I think it'll set it up for some of the back markers here. And one of the ones I am keen on, but I'm going to have number 14, Lacroft, who's right down the bottom of the weights and was pretty good being Wicked Wit first up. Beat it by 4.5 lengths. Now, Wicked Wit was very disappointing during the week at Balaclava. Went round it drifted from $2 favourite out to about $3.50, and in the end it showed it because it ran really poorly. But I think Lara Croft's got a lot of ability, so I'm going to have it on top of the on-speed runners. I think it's going to be the one that will stick on. But from the back of the field, I think Cosmic Rhapsody might improve. It's had 2 starts so far for a 10th and a 12th, and it's only beaten 2 runners home in 2 starts, which doesn't read that well, but I think it's a horse that will run good enough through the wet tracks. Had only just the 1 start on the soft before, but I think that the wetter the better for this horse, who is out of Cosmic Rock and side by Star Witness. So I'd say that it could get through the going, and just think with all that pace on the race, it could possibly improve off its last start run and run much better here. Obviously, that was in a 3-hour race behind Ghana, and so dropping right back in class here, numbers 2, Cosmic Rhapsody. I think it can run a good enough race. So I've got it in for second. In for third, number 6, Harpooner, who was good winning first up at Ararat, beaten Drop the Mic. Not 100% sure on that form, but and comes this at 380, which I think is probably a bit unders, but it isn't the strongest race in the world either. So I'm going to have it in for third. And then in for fourth, number 4, Rock Harbour, who I think will run on from the back as well. Finished seventh last night behind Mum's My Hero. Prior to that, was third at Bray Street Bros. So I think third up here, has had a run on a soft track for a win. So I think that's a lot of positives. And Caitlin Crowther's in the saddle, who's been in some decent enough form. So look, I'm pretty keen on number 14, La Croft here. I think it's the one to beat. So I'm going to have it on top ahead of number 2, Cosmic Rhapsody, who thinks well over the odds. Number 6, Harpooner in for third, and in for fourth, number 4, Rock Harbour. Now, I just realised I didn't do my best bets and best values at Randwick, so stay tuned. I will do that all-in-one at the end of this video with Morphettville, so stay tuned for that. Apologies that I didn't do that at the end there. I've just recognised it now. Moving on to race number 3 at Morphettville, 600-metre benchmark 82 race. Looking at the speed map here, again, real open race. Giggle on heads the market at the $4.60, so really open betting affair. Look at the speed map here, I'd say Nasib, Marina, Sky Punch, Giggle on, Enki, Francis Boy, and Table of Wisdom from the outside barrel will all get forward. So again, decent amount of pace in this type of race, and I think it'll set up nice for number 5, Handsome Return here. I didn't mind its last start performance behind Roselli Sting, who it does meet here. Slightly better because last time it carried 55.5, now carries 57.5. Roselli Sting last time around carried 55, and it has to carry 54. So it does have a bit of a weight swing there towards Handsome Return. I think it can run a good enough race, especially with all that pace on it in the race. So I'm going to have it on top, albeit it isn't a wet tracker, so that does concern me a bit. But I just think with all the speed on in the race, it could run well enough. So I'm going to have it on top. Even number 7, Sky Puncher, who is decent enough in a wet track, have 5 starts on a soft for a win and 2 placings. Last time out was 6 behind Simply Dreaming at Morphettville. Benchmark at 78 there. Prior to that was really good beating Diplomatic Pleasure. It carried 62 kilos on that occasion at Morphettville. So repeat of that type of run, I'll see it run well here. Sky Punch, so I've got him for second. In for third, number 3, Roselli Sting, has been in terrific form and is good each way price considering it's a horse that in its last 5 starts hasn't missed a placing. So and has beaten some of these horses that are in this race. So $6 about it's a nice price. So I'm gonna have him for third. And then in for fourth, I think that horse that could show big improvement here is number 9, Enki, for Gordon Richards and Jason Stubby Holder in the saddle. It was pretty disappointing first up, but I think we can feel that run. Second up stats are much better. It's had 6 starts, second up for a win and 2 placings. But it has had a couple of wins on a soft track before from 8 goes, 2 wins and 2 placings. So he's a horse that I think could improve second up here, and I'm interested to see how it will run. A lot of pace in the race might suit it to come on from the back. But look, I'm keen on number 5, Handsome Return here. Like I said, I'm concerned about the lack of wet track form, but I like the way it ran through the line last time out, and I think a repeat performance will see it run well here. Max will get a really good run in the race. In for second, number 7, Sky Punch. In for third, number 3, Roselli Sting. And in for fourth, number 9, Enki. Move on to race number 4 now. It's the listed Port Adelaide Cup over 2,500 metres. Pretty nice addition to the Port Adelaide Cup this year round. Look at the speed map. I'd say Epidumont, Hustle a Bullet, and Suppressor will be up on the speed. And doesn't look to be a whole lot of tempo in this, so I'll be interested to see if any others decide to press forward and get in on the speed battle. But look, I'm pretty keen on number 4, Suppressor here. Comes back to a track that it does enjoy running at. It's had 5 starts for 2 wins and a placing here at Morphettville. It's a really good wet track as well. It's had 5 starts for 2 wins and 2 placings on a soft track. So I think Suppressor, especially being up on the speed, with that lack of speed, will run a good race here and be able to win. At number 3, Ocean X, who's another horse who doesn't mind the wet going. Last time out, 5th behind Life Race to Group 3. Prior to that, ran in Group 2 and Group 1 company behind Contemplativa and Positive Peace. So Ocean X is having a big step down in grade here, and I think it'll be much improved coming into this. $2.50 thinks the right price. So I was just more keen on Suppressor, to be honest. That's just me going for a little bit fraction more value. I think they're the 2 to beat. Number 10, Tiger Royale, I think can run well enough. Had a 6 last time out at Sandown Lakeside Track, beaten by Jack Regan, who has been in some terrific form. So that's a nice form race. Prior to that, it beat Monmouth at Sandown. So repeat that type of performance. You'll see it run well here, Tiger Royale. I think not the best on a soft track. So it's 7 starts for a winner and a placing, but it's had 2 starts on a heavy for 2 placings. So probably the winner, the better for Tiger Royale, but definitely a good enough price at the $8. And then in for fourth, number 8, Frank, who comes into this off a last start win at Morphettville here over the 2,500 metres, beat Hustler Bullet on that occasion. I think it can run well once again. But look, the top 2 in the market are the 2 to beat for me. I'm going to land with number 4, Suppressor, narrowly ahead of number 3, Ocean X, who does have the form, but it doesn't quite, for me, it's just an interesting one because these 2 horses both come into it 4th up, and I just think that it was pretty hard for me to split them, but I'm just going to go Suppressor considering it's run at the track plenty of times before and has been quite successful on it. So number 3, Ocean X in for 3rd, in for 4th, number 10, Tiger Royale, and in for 4th, number 8, Franked. Moving on to race number 5 now. It's the first of the group races of the day. It's the Fillies Mares Group 2, Queen of the South Stakes. Look at the speed map here, really nice edition of it as well. November Dreaming will be up on pace with Pretty Glass and Cosmic Award. Don't see a whole lot more speed out of those 3, besides those 3. So interesting to see if any of these others decide to push forward. I think Seabrook might get close enough to the speed. Might be able to win this here 3rd up. I think it's got a really good chance. So Seabrook's my top selection. It's a horse that doesn't mind a wet track. It's had 3 starts on a soft track for winning and placing. It's had 2 really good runs leading in so far. It's had its last 2 starts. It was a 3rd behind Diamond Effort. Really good form, and 2nd last night at Bam's on Fire has been really consistent as well. So I think that's real good form to bring into a race like this, and I hope that Seabrook just is able to jump well, get in behind the speed with that lack of tempo, and be too good for these. So going to have it on top. And number 6, Vanuatu, who comes in this 2nd up. I think it'll be much improved coming to this one 2nd up over its 1st up run, where it finished 7th behind Snogging in the Bendigo at Bendigo. And then, look, 2nd up last time out, it was 3rd to Amangiri. So Amangiri, we know how good the horse that she is. So I think that's some nice form to bring into this here. Number 6, Vanuatu. 2nd up stats are good. 3 starts for 2 wins and a placing 2nd up. And he's proven on a soft track, had 2 starts for 1 win. So I think it's well over the odds at the $10, number 6, Vanuatu. So I've got him for 2nd. In for 3rd, interesting here because, look, I have looked around the favourite. I think number 3, Snogging, I was that impressed with its last start performance. Anyone who followed me in knows that I tipped Snogging on top at the $19 1st up. I'd probably mention it too much, but so apologies for that. But the form to come out of that Bendigo race has been really nice. I mean, you're looking at Clarice Cliffs, who finished 2nd that race, came out and won at Caulfield 2 weeks ago. And look, Snogging's a horse that will only improve the further out it gets it. It's not got the best 2nd up stats, 5 starts for just the 2 placings, and it's had 3 starts on a soft for just a 1 placing, but I really liked that 1st up performance. The way it bolted through ran well there. I think it was going to be a good chance to run well again here. I haven't got it on top for those simple reasons of the wet track and 2nd up stats, but Dugasea should run a good enough race 2nd up. And then last but not least, the 4th selection of my tips is number 2 for Delia, who when I said Snogging, so Snogging was number 3. My mistake there. Fidelia is, I think, can run out good races as she always does. She's just lost that real knack to win that we saw in this time last year. She obviously won some really good races at Flemington. We thought that she might be a really good thing. Now she does step right back in class, which will suit her, and I think she strikes a winnable race, but she just hasn't been able to do it this prep. So I think she can run well. If you're going to back her each way, you could probably take her with a bit of confidence because she doesn't often run a bad race. I just don't think she's a winning chance. That's the only issue with me with her. Now, left the favourite November Dreaming out because I just thought it was just way too short coming out of a Class 1 at Pakenham, which the form coming out of its first 2 runs at Pakenham have just been average. I know it did it really impressively, but for me, I've just got to have it for 2nd. I just think coming up against these, which are real seasoned horses that have been at the top level, I think it's got a big step up to do, considering to be its favourite. But look, I'm quite keen on number 1, Seabrook on top for me, ahead of number 3, number 6, Vanuatu in for 2nd. In for 3rd, number 3, Snogging, in for 4th, number 2 for Delia. Move on to race number 6 now, and it's the second of the Group 2s for the 3-year-olds, the Tab Eclue Stakes. Nice addition as well, this one. Look at the speed map here. I'd say that there'll be a lot of pace. Rocker Bassarana, Z-Long, Little Contra, Free of Debt, I'm Elegant, Hank Star and Kayseri will be all up on the pace, I think. So they'll set a nice tempo in this race here. But look, I am keen to go with one of the speed horses, and it is number 12, I'm Eloquent, who comes in this first up, which will be interesting to see how it runs first up. But looking at the form last prep, it was in some really nice races, and I think it could be ready to go here. It obviously got its maiden win last preparation, first up over 1100 metres, comes into this one, which is 1200, so can only see a bit of improvement for I'm Eloquent, who doesn't mind a wet track either. It's had 2 starts on a heavy track for 2 wins, so $13, $3.20 the place. Thinks a nice price about I'm Eloquent. It's going to be up on pace and doing its own thing. I think it can run well enough. Number 8, Z-Long in for second, who, like I said, is consistent, really consistent horse, and 4th last time out to Ghana. 3rd, the start prior behind Probabile and Funstar. Of course, they were the 2 that beat it on that occasion. For me, that form's really good to bring in a race like this. And my only concern is the wet tracks. It has only had the 1 start on a wet track, which was where it finished 3rd behind Akari on a soft track. So, but off barrier 1's going to get a really good run in the race. $4, $1.60 the place. Decent enough price about Z-Long. Number 13, Broadway in 4th. I was real tempted to put this horse on top until we got the heavy downpour, but hasn't been proven on a heavy track thus far. But thought its last up performance actually wasn't that bad when you read into it. 8th behind Lankan Star, made some really good ground on that occasion. Came from 15th in the running, so second last to finish 8th. So definitely the horse that's improving. Comes in this 3rd up, and I think we'll see a far more improved performance from number 13, Broadway in 4th. And then in for 4th, number 1, Ghana, who's done nothing wrong to date and has never missed a placing on a soft track. So here I am leaving it out. I think it'll definitely be running a place. Just thought 280 was a bit short, so I wanted to make a mention for other runners who I think were better each way odds. But look, I'm going to go number 12, I'm Eloquent here, on top of number 8, Z-Long, and for second. In for 3rd, number 13, Broadway in 4th. And then in for 4th, number 1, Ghana. Move on to race number 7, and it is the main race of the day. It's the Schweppes Oaks for 3-year-old fillies, Group 1 over 2,000 metres. We're really looking forward to this one. Look at the speed map for this race here. I'd say that Toffee Tongue will be up towards the speed. Sierra Sue and Asiago will probably be the ones that find the top. Bet your flying bitch, see if it presses forward and does what it did last 7 days ago at Flemington, where it won well there. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any difference in the speed here. But look, I'm quite keen to go number 5, Vegas Jewel. This is a horse who I've always had some time for. The last run, you got to forgive it because it just had absolutely no luck. Got a long way back. There was a tearaway leader in that race. It was looking to come on. Got completely hampered for a run there. It was a real horror watch for anyone who backed it. And I think coming out at $8 this time around, 3rd up, gets a soft track, which I don't think it bothers it that much. It's had 1 start on a soft track for a win. Being out of Vegas Dancer and sided by Shocking, I think it'll get through the conditions just fine. So number 5, Vegas Jewels, my tip to take out the Oaks. So I've got it on top ahead of number 3, Moonlight Maid, who I think she'll be really hard to beat as well. She's got $11, a nice price about her. She comes in this really nicely 3rd up. She's been well set for this. Similar to Broadway in 4th in the race previous to this one. And Moonlight Maid has had a win on a heavy track, so if we get that heavy track, Moonlight Maid will come right into us. So I think it's got a nice chance in for second. In for 3rd, number 14, Affair to Remember, who was really good last time out behind Florent in that same race that I just mentioned with Moonlight Maid. I think Moonlight Maid get the better of Affair to Remember, but I think Affair to Remember is definitely a good enough price at the $5.50 as well. So I'm going to have him for 3rd. And then in for 4th, number 9, Toffee Tongue, who's got the form around a horse called Colette, who's probably one of the next big rising stayers. So I think Toffee Tongue's form's good. The only thing that concerns me about this horse is that it's not a winner, and it obviously is still a maiden. So knows how to run a good race, just not sure if it can get it done in an Oaks when it hasn't won before. So perhaps another good run once again, just not sure if it can actually win. But look, I'm keen on number 5, Vegas Jewel. I think it's the one to beat, $8 in the Oaks. I think it's going to be the one that I'm going to be having something each way on. Ahead of number 3, Moonlight Maid, in for 2nd. In for 3rd, they're going to have number 14, Affair to Remember. And in for 4th, number 9, Toffee Tongue. Moving on to race number 8 now. 2 races left to go. You don't have to listen to me for too much longer. It's the Tab Classic, the Fillies and Mares Group 1 race. Looking forward to this. It's a really good addition as well. Some nice horses going around and a lot of intrigue in it as well. Look at the speed map. I'd say away game will be up there. Savatiano, Bella Vella, Beautiful Flyer and Sunlight will probably be the main speed plays in this race. And look, I'm quite keen to go Savatiano here. I think it's the one to beat. I expect it to run much better coming onto a soft track here. It's had 9 starts on a soft track for 2 wins and 5 placings. I think it's a real nice each way play. It's going to get a really good run in the race. Last time out was 6 behind White Moss on a heavy track. It was well backed on that occasion, jumped at 350. And then prior to that was 7th, I'm Excited, who meets here again. But I think that this time around there's not going to be as much speed. Savatiano might be able to just be too good on this occasion. So I'm going to have it on top. Head number 1, Sunlight, who might have to just do a little bit of work for that outside barrier. Look, she's got excellent second up form, 4 starts for 3 wins and a placing. She's got the soft form. She had 3 starts for 3 placings. And I think that first up run was excellent. She was beaten by Guitra as a proper Group 1 horse. And I don't think there's a whole lot of disappointment in that type of performance. I think she'll run really well here. $3 is a nice price about her. There's a few others, obviously, that I have tipped on top just for the simple price factor, but I do concede Sunlight will be right up in the finish, I believe. And then in for 4th, that was 2nd. In for 3rd, number 2, I'm Excited. I think the top 3 in the market are the ones that will be making them good plays in this. I'm Excited is a definite wet track, as they had 4 starts on a soft track for 2 wins and a placing. Not a whole lot of tempo in this race here, so I'm interested to see how I'm Excited can, bounce back off that last start performance that was beaten by White Moss. Obviously beaten by Savatiano. It actually beat Savatiano home on that occasion. But like I said, look, I'm Excited's a nice price as well at the $9. Definitely have an each way play at it if you're keen. I'm just not sure about the lack of tempo, though. I don't know if there's going to be stacks of tempo and just going to have a lot of work to do from the back there. And a horse that, look, away game I've got to have in there. For the simple fact that she's just so good, and she's going to have very minimal weight. She has to only carry 47 kilos, which is absolutely nothing. And she's obviously has been one of the best 2-year-olds this season. So I'm really looking forward to see how she measures up against some of the bigger guns here. And looks so away game, I'll give her a chance, especially being right at the bottom of the weights. 440 is probably a bit short, but I think she's got a nice enough chance. Other horse I want to make mention of, Tally Play, comes in this second up. I thought its first up run was good behind Vain Stream. We really hit the line well there on that occasion. And is a horse that's had 3 starts on a soft track for 3 wins. Comes in this second up. I see a bit of improvement out of it. And Bam's on Fire, of course, has been in a really nice form. And it's been real consistent. She's had 5 starts for 3 wins and 2 places on a soft track. So maybe I'm being a bit silly leaving her out, especially when she beat Seabrook last time out. And I think Seabrook's a good chance earlier in the card. So Bam's on Fire's got a chance, and she's $18 and $4.60. I think is just the complete wrong price about her. But it is a very open and very good race. Number 7, Spanish Whisper, is another one who's been forgotten about. $34. Could definitely have an each way play on her. She's really right up to this type of level. My only concern with her, and I can see why she is though at that price, is just her wet track form isn't fantastic. But look, she's been around some real nice races. She finished 5th to Bam's on Fire, only just under 4 lengths off of Bam's on Fire. So we could see a bit of improvement out of it. I think $34 is just probably not the right type of price. But look, coming back to my initial pick, I am keen on number 3, Savatiano on top, ahead of number 1, Sunlight for 2nd. In for 3rd, number 2, I'm Excited. In for 4th, number 6, 16 away game. Moving on to the final race of the card at Morphettville. It's a Group 3, 1100 metre DC Mackay Stakes. And it's quite a nice Group 3 sprint race as well. Looking at the speed map here, I'd say that Home of the Brave will find the top. Jungle Edge will be up there with it. Kabini and Arrow Lane won't be far off those. But look, I'm quite keen to play number 2, Home of the Brave here. I think $6 is a nice price about it. Coming into this one, second up. Finished 3rd behind Guitra and obviously Sunlight first up. For me, that's the elite form to bring into this type of race. So I think Home of the Brave will run well and be hard to beat. So $6 is a nice price about it. In for 2nd, number 4, Jungle Edge, who, as we know, loves a wet track. He'll be right up there and he'll be right in the finish, I would say. So you can take him each way with a bit of confidence, I think. So number 4, Jungle Edge, in for 2nd. In the 3rd, number 5, Behemoth, who comes back to his favourite track. He loves running here. Doesn't mind a bit of soft sting out of the going. He comes in this first up, which isn't too much of a concern. He's had 4 starts, first up for a win and 2 placings, so I think he will run a good enough race. And number 6, Bold Star, is an interesting one, who finished 4th last night behind Bellaval, and I think can improve coming into this race here. Horse I've left out is number 3, Viridine, who I think will run much better coming into this second up, but obviously finished 4th behind Home the Brave, Sunlight and Guitra first up. So a repeat of that type of form. Viridine can run well as well at the $10, and to be honest, looking at it now, probably could put it over the top of Bold Star. So that's what we're going to do. We'll put Viridine in for 4th, if any of you who are out there that are keen to play. So recapping the numbers there, number 2, Home the Brave, for me on top, ahead of number 4, Jungle Edge for 2nd. In for 3rd, number 5, Behemoth, and in for 4th, number 4, Viridine. Now, look at the best bets of the card. I'm going to cast your mind back to Randwick. As I said, apologies for not reading those out earlier. But look, I'm quite keen on, as for best bets. Oh, sorry. So the best bets at Randwick, for me, I'm going to have number 12, Bandersnatch, as one of my best bets in race number 8. So that's race number 8, number 12, Bandersnatch. I'm quite keen. I think it'll be hard to beat. In for race number 7, I'm also quite keen. Number 8, High Tail, is one of my best bets as well. So it's race number 7, number 8, High Tail at $3.90. The best each way plays and best value plays of the day, for me, race number 4, Brazen Pipe, thinks well over the odds at the $17. Think it's got a good chance to win this type of race. So that's race number 4, number 7, Brazen Pipe. And the other one that I do like at a bit of each way odds is in the final race of the card, race number 9, number 14, Wild About Her at the $19. Moving on into Morphettville, my best bets and best value plays there. Look, I'm quite keen to play. All right, sorry. So my best bet at Morphettville is comes in race number 2, number 14, La Croft. I think it's going to be quite hard to beat. Obviously, a bit of a risk being only its 3rd race start, but I think in that type of field with bottom weight, I think it's going to be hard to beat. So it's race number 2, number 14, La Croft, is one of my best bets of the card. Moving on into my one of my other best bets of the card, it comes in race number 4, Suppressor at the $3.40. I think it's got a nice chance in what I think is a 2-horse race there. So that's race 4, number 4, Suppressor. My best each way plays of the program, or best value bets, whatever way you want to put it. Race number 7, number 5, Vegas Jewel, for me at the $8. So that's race number 7, number 5, Vegas Jewel. And race number 8, which is obviously the Tab Classics. So the 2 main races, number 3, Savatiano, and race number 8 is one of my other best each way plays and values plays of the day. So thank you so much for tuning in. Apologies for the amount of content that you're going to have to go through. Apologies for a little bit of lateness as well. Obviously, it's a Friday Friday evening. I tried my best to get it out as soon as possible. Been pretty busy recently. I know that's not an excuse. I do apologise. I'm going to try and do my best to get back to doing either Thursday nights or Friday mornings. I've got to try and work my way around work. That's the reason why it's quite difficult to try and always get that exact time. But I'll do the best I can to get back to that type of time frame. But look, good luck if you're playing tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed having all those tracks to dissect. And if you want more, I don't know about doing more, but if that's what you guys want, that's what I'll deliver. Or if you want less, just let me know in the comments. If you've got anything that you want to talk about, put it down below. I love having the discussion in the comments section with some of you guys about tomorrow. It's a great thing about racing. We all have differing views, and that's why I do these videos, I guess, to try and outline any further chances that I might think. So if you guys have got something that you like tomorrow, and I perhaps think it's got a good enough chance to be in the top 3 or the top 4, I might give you that little bit of extra confidence. That's what this video is about. Not so much, these are my tips here, follow them. It's more so just to give you guys a good overlay of each race and my chances, my winning chances, I guess, and then also suggested plays on each ways. And if I think something's a bit too short and you shouldn't play it, I will suggest it. So I hope you guys enjoyed these 2 videos. Like I said, if you haven't checked out part 1, go and do so. If you haven't checked out, vice versa. So hopefully you can link them up and get into each thing. Like I said, I'll put them in the description whereabouts each thing features in their video, just so that if you're coming on here looking just for my best bets or my best each way plays, I'll put them down there so you can find where they will be in the videos. I'll tell you when Sandown starts. I'll tell you when Randwick starts and Morphettville starts. So if you're looking to just play at those specific tracks, I'll be able to show you exactly where you can be there. But hopefully you're coming up to this part of the video, you've just finished it, and you've been able to see all my content so far and all the races. So if you have done, thank you very much for tuning in. Like I said, if you haven't already done so, check me out on social media for all these tips plus more. I've been in some terrific form recently, so I'm hoping that it can continue into Saturday here. Went pretty much from Sunday through to Thursday. I had a lot of winners across those meetings, so make sure you don't miss those, and check me out on social media. So C-Lane Racing Tips on Facebook and C-Lane_Racing Tips on Instagram. So go and check those out. So thanks so much for tuning in. Good luck for playing tomorrow, and of course enjoy the great day of racing. Stay indoors because we got this coronavirus, but it's pretty bad outside anyway. So you may as well just get warm, sit in front of the TV, and back plenty of winners. So good luck tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the races tomorrow.